Well, the Pittsburgh Penguins had a pretty good day. There's just something fun and plucky about this group. Hi, I'm Dan Kingerski on the Pittsburgh Hockey Now platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and wherever else we decide to put this. The Penguins beat the Dallas Stars 5-3 here at American Airlines Arena. Sidney Crosby has a hat trick. Brian Rust scores goal number 200, ties his career high with the 28th goal, and his career high with his 58th point. Rutger McGroarty picks up an assist, or a sick little touch pass over to Crosby for a goal. His third career point. There's a lot we're going to talk about between Rutger McGroarty and Ville Koivunen. There's just so much to get to in the game today. But let's start with the fun aspect. Because a bit more than a week ago, we were on that road trip, Florida, Tampa, and Buffalo. That was the end of the Pittsburgh Penguins dynasty. That was the last breaths, life support, flatline. The Penguins, they beat Florida, but they got pummeled, and they knew it. They go into Tampa, they get just skated out of the building. They understand they're not going to make the playoffs. That reality hit them like a ton of bricks, and then another ton of bricks on top of that. You could feel the life drain out of them in the locker room after practice. I'm just telling you, you could almost hear the exhale. They go to Buffalo and just get blown out. Not even there in the first shift of the game. They're gone. The team was as dark and dour, hopeless would be a word that you could use after that Buffalo game. Answers were mumbled in the locker room, searching for words. They didn't know what to say because it was over. Finished. 86-30. A day later, General Manager Kyle Dubas recalls Koivunen and McGroarty. Okay, you're like... Within minutes, it seems like the entire team changed. The atmosphere, the outlook, the optimism, the enthusiasm, everything changed. McGroarty he's elevating, he's rejuvenating Sidney Crosby just by his presence. Now Sid has to be, a direct mentor, and he's able to lead an enthusiastic group. Sid and the kids, not just Sid the kid, but Sid and the kids now. And there's just a little something special going on with them. You watch how McGroarty is playing. Yeah, he's a smart player. But let me tell you about the shift on Saturday that really defined what he can bring to the team. I don't know if he's a top-line player long-term or not. I suppose he will decide that and show us. But the Penguins were hanging on. They're battling back. Once again, the defensemen make a mistake. Made a lot of mistakes on Saturday. They made a lot more mistakes on Thursday. We'll get to the defensemen because that's where we have to talk about the negatives. But for this moment, there's a 3-on-2 against. The Dallas shot goes wide of the net, but caroms off the back wall right into the slot. Mikko Rantanen, easy goal, right? Puck is about to be on his stick, about to bury it into an open net. McGroarty hog ties him legally. Not a hold, not a hook, just gets that stick right over top of Rantanen. Overpowers Rantanen so that the star player can't do anything with the puck. McGroarty took away a sure goal, and the Penguins have more life. Dallas gets that goal. It very well might have been over, and despite the lopsided shot advantage and everything the Penguins were enjoying, they would have been down multiple goals again rather than having a chance to come back. There was also a shift I'm going to call your attention to for Koivunen that really just exemplifies everything that he's going to bring to the lineup. 8 minutes into the second period, Koivunen battling around the net, gets a loose puck, takes it around Casey DeSmith. He's contacted, hooked, held, it's in the gritty areas, it's all legal. Can't turn it into the net, so the puck just slides a little bit wide. First NHL goal has to wait. The play is not over. they keep going. Evgeny Malkin played his first game on Saturday. Since March 23rd, yeah, Malkin just brings a new dimension, doesn't he? So they get it back to Koivunen in the circle for a crisp one-timer. Save DeSmith. First NHL goal has to wait. But just the fact that he read Malkin, got to the right spot, found the opening, and ripped it to the net. I mean, just quick, heavy shot. Not over yet. Koivunen gets back to the wall, battling for the loose puck, draws a penalty, gets tripped because he essentially won the battle. Penguins power play. Power play 1, Koivunen is now on it in place of Kevin Hayes. Koivunen goes to the net. He's again creating chaos around the cage. And this is where his hockey IQ, I don't know if you can see this on television, and there's probably no replay of it since they didn't score. So Koivunen is at the net front, creating all kinds of havoc. He anticipated 2 passes because in a flash, he went from the crease to the left circle. As one pass is happening, he's flashing back to the circle, once again finding that open space for a quick one-timer. It was bang, 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 right on net. DeSmith makes a toe save, barely. That's the kind of stuff that Koivunen is bringing to the Penguins lineup. Really, he and McGroarty both just have next-level hockey smarts. And what Mike Sullivan said after the game, you know, Sid is great with the kids. He's enjoying them. They're enjoying him. There really is just a little something plucky and special about them. I don't know. Should they have done it sooner? Were the kids ready much sooner? Those are things I suppose you reminisce or stew about over a beer over the summer. But it's here now. And it's happening. It's clicking. That dark and dour team in Buffalo is having a lot of fun. Watch the Sidney Crosby post-game media availability. Watch how he's kind of smiling and laughing with Josh, Yoey, and I. The throng, the media horde saw Josh and I talking to Sid and came running over and they didn't want to be left out. Obviously, Crosby had a hat trick. You kind of should talk to the guy. But the Penguins get a big win. Yes, it might be a bit detrimental to their long-term rebuild because there is a line somewhere around 6th for the 2025 draft. And we're going to talk more about this on Sunday, where the top 5 or 6 picks pretty well guaranteed to be top 6 NHL players. After 6, well, you might have to flip a coin. One name to know, Roger McQueen. We're zeroing in on him, but we'll have more about that on Sunday. So these Penguins wins, they now have 3 of 4 points on this road trip. They took a very red-hot St. Louis team to the mat. Their defense did them in. Defense almost did them in on Saturday. I don't know how heavy I should be. At this point, it almost feels unfair because the Penguins' defense is so mistake-prone. Chris Letang, first shift of the game, gets beat, takes a penalty, does the same thing later. Lets Roop Hintz behind him and has to take a holding penalty. Erik Karlsson gives up a breakaway goal. Basic defenseman 101, don't let the guy behind you. Karlsson kind of, visibly indecision after, a loose puck at the offensive blue line. No indecision. You take the guy behind you, you let the forwards cover the guy in front of you. So Karlsson actually covers nobody, lets Hintz behind him, breakaway goal as Karlsson then skates backwards trying to catch Hintz. Turn and go, man. Turn and go. So when the Penguins' top 2 defensemen are creating such mistakes, Matt Grzelcyk on the wrong side of a couple of decisions. Connor Timmins is struggling too. Hey, we didn't mention Ryan Shea or Ryan Graves. Call that a victory for that pairing, right? But the Penguins' defensemen, they gave up that 3-on-2 that I told you about McGroarty nullifying. That was more of their handiwork. Not being in the right spots, not shutting things down, not playing a good gap, allowing the other team to dictate the play to them. there clearly needs to be some changes, some reshuffling on that front in the offseason. But for now, smiles, not frowns, here at American Airlines Center. Pittsburgh Hockey Now is 77 for 77. I have covered, in fact, I've done all the road games this season, so I'm 77 for 77 as well. One more challenge game to go. Hopefully, I get to Chicago on time tomorrow. I've got a morning flight, no bad weather. And I will see you for some Al's Italian beef in Chicago. Actually, I'm looking forward to that. Penguins play Sunday, Chicago, a 5 o'clock. So does that mean it's 6 o'clock Eastern time? I'll look it up. I know it's a 5 o'clock game at the United Center tomorrow. From American Airlines, do me a favor, give me a like and subscribe. I appreciate you all, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. In the meantime, have fun.